Guys, welcome back to the show. My name is Ken Marco and this is Marco's Lifestyle. Now, I know there's been a lot of disaster going on in Texas and this hurricane that's coming in Florida. And because I am Caribbean, I've had to deal with a lot of hurricanes in like growing up, and we've had to prepare for a lots of disasters. So it's kind of something that I've had, like I grew up dealing with floods. I grew up, seeing people's homes get flooded, seeing people's homes get washed away and stuff like that. So it's not really brand new to me. And even though right now I live in DC, it's like I still am aware of like all the stuff that I need to do to prepare for an hurricane. And so like I wanted to do something to help people to prepare for an hurricane just in case they couldn't move from where they're staying. And I know YouTube is that place where we all come to find answers for things. So my phone right here, I have a list of things that you kind of like need to prepare, and I have them kind of like sectioned up in certain like sections. So I have like, an hurricane kit, house list, medical needs, and things you need to prepare for your pet. It's kind of a lot, and I'm going to try to run through this as fast as possible. Important when there's an hurricane for you guys to prepare for the hurricane and not just kind of like try to wait it out, because there's like a bunch of major things that can happen. Like electricity could go for like days, even weeks. And so you want to make sure that you just have everything in place ready. So let's just get into the list right now so that we can get through this really quick. So the first thing you want to do is create a list of the things that you're going to need. And right now, if you want, you can pause the video. You can just go get a piece of paper and a pen and come right back to this video, and let's get it going. So you just want to create a topic like hurricane kit. And in this hurricane kit, you want to make sure that it includes all these things, right? So you need a flashlight with extra bulbs. And a lot of times people have flashlights, but they don't have heavy duty flashlights. Those are the flashlights you want to get, those heavy duty ones. And you want to get those ones that you can change the bulbs just in case they get damaged or broken or something. So you want to make sure you have a battery operated radio just in case electricity goes and you guys need to figure out what's going on. You really need to know, are the roads cleared? Is it okay for you guys to go outside? Stuff like that, You need a battery operated lantern or lanterns. Because one, it's good to have a flashlight just in case you guys have to go outside or have to find something or find someone. But it's good to have a battery operated lantern just to keep the place lit, just in case I know. But just in case electricity might go out, you'll need to have a battery operated lantern just to keep all your rooms lit and so that you guys aren't stumbling in the dark. General supply of batteries. So when you go to the store, you want to buy batteries of all sizes. You want to buy batteries of all size. You want to buy the AAA, AA, and those extra large ones. You want to get matches, first aid kits. Now, the first aid kits I'm going to go like more in depth into the first aid kits. You want to make sure you have duct tape, because if there's an electric wire that's broken, or if you need to secure anything in a plastic bag from getting wet, also, which I'm going to get more in depth in, duct tapes are really good tapes to use because they are good for resisting water from soaking anything. You want to get rain gear, and rain gear meaning like water boots, raincoats, umbrellas, anything that can withstand flood, waters, wind, and rain. So you want to stock up on all those stuff. You want to get a battery battery operated clock, plastic garbage bags. You need to get scissors, can openers. You need to make sure you have extra clean clothes, extra blankets, and heavy duty gloves. So that's just the first quick hurricane kit that you need, safety kit that you need. Now let's jump into food and water. You should only prepare for non-perishable food items. You really don't need to go and stock your fridge with chicken and pork and beef and all this stuff. Reason being is that they might spoil if you do that. So non-perishable items consist of bottled waters, and you want to buy waters by the gallon and not by the liter. If you can only afford the liters, then go for that, but I would suggest you want to buy by the gallon. You want to buy a lot depending on the amount of people in your home. So if you have 5 people in your home, you want to buy a gallon per person per day, because people go through drinking water really fast, especially when there's no electricity, and if the place gets hot, water is something and essential that you guys are going to run through super fast. So you want to buy gallons of water. You want to buy bottled juice. You want to make sure that you have at least 2 coolers. So what you're going to do is you're going to stock your fridge with ice, especially if you have a deep cooler. You want to make sure you stock that deep cooler with ice, and you want to buy 2 coolers. Just in case the electricity goes away and you do have meat stuff in your refrigerator that you don't want to get spoiled, you can stock those in the cooler and make sure you have ice that you can keep those cool, and also that you can keep water and drinks cool. So that's 2 coolers is perfect. You want to get canned foods that you really don't have to cook, a manual can opener, and dry pet food. So you don't want to get any wet pet food. You tend to go through those quicker because they come in smaller portions. So what you want to do is you want to get dry canned pet foods or bag pet foods. House checklist that you need to have is you need to remove any outdoor items. So let's say outdoor you have a trampoline, or you have a lot of bikes, so your garbage bins, stuff like that. You want to remove those, and you want to make sure you put them indoors, because when an hurricane starts and there's heavy winds, it tends to blow things legit all over the place, and there's not much that you can do to control that. You want to get insect repellent and spray in the event that the electricity goes out and there takes a long time for the water to recede. Mosquitoes might start to breed up, and that's one of the reasons why you need insect repellent and insect spray, just to keep your family and your home safe. You need feminine hygiene products. You need to get sunscreen, soap, first aid kit. You want to make sure you get prescription medication. Now, the last time I spoke to you guys about packing a traveling kit, I stressed how important it was to make sure you have prescription medication. If you know there's a hurricane coming, run to the pharmacy right now and refill on whatever medication you need to refill on. Make sure you have bandages, adhesive tape, antiseptic solution, so your hand sanitizers. You want to make sure you have alcohol and hydrogen peroxide. You want to make sure you have a thermometer, and you want to make sure you have a tweezer. Things to prepare for your pet. Your pet will need more than a bag of food in a storm. Quite naturally, you know this. You will need water for your pet up to 3 to 7 days. So you want to make sure you're going to conserve on the water anyways, but you want to make sure you have enough water where your pet also won't be one of the people in your homes that will be dehydrated, Non-perishable foods, crate carrier tanks, leashes, collars, and or harness, favorite tie, blankets or pillows. These are for the people who really love their pets. Clean litter box. Clean litter box. Clean litter box. You want to make sure that you update all their shots and medical records in the event that you have to travel with them. Any medications, calming aids, tags, puppy training pads, earthworm preventative measures, rain gear. It's very, 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 very important, and I'm going to stress this like a lot of times. It's very important that you make sure you understand exactly the things you're putting in your first aid kit. One, you need bandages. You should make sure that's in there. You need a thermometer. You need to make sure you have any antiseptic thing that can clean a wound. You need to have clean needles and thread. You need to make sure you have medical tape. You also need to make sure, you just need to make sure you buy a first aid kit that comes with all the necessary stuff in it, right? Make sure you have a whistle, and this whistle should be for all the little kids in your family. So, in the event that something might happen where your kid gets trapped and them shouting out for help might not be the most best thing, a whistle resonates for miles and miles and miles. So you want to make sure that your kid has a whistle. Each of your kid in your family that's really young, make sure that they have a whistle. If you as an adult or elder person also feels like, you shouting off for help really might not alert anybody, get a whistle, because a whistle will always alert people. So that's another pro tip that I have to give you guys. And also, I want you guys to put all your passports, all your birth certificates, every important document in a Ziploc bag and seal the ends of the Ziploc bag with duct tape. This is where duct tape comes in really, really important, because you want to make sure that you put all those things in a Ziploc bag, seal it in duct tape, and what you want to make sure you do when you do that, you want to put all these things in a plastic bag, all these important documents, put them all together in a plastic bag, seal that plastic bag with duct tape, and put it in a bag that you can quickly grab and exit if you need to. So you just want to make sure all these documents are in the same place and that they won't get wet. As far as your photo albums are concerned, I know this is not a major thing, but it's a major thing for a lot of people after a storm when all your photo albums get soaked. So you want to make sure you have a digital copy of all those photos that you have uploaded to a cloud somewhere. They can never get damaged there. Secondly, you want to make sure that if you have a safety deposit box, run to the bank right now and take all your photo albums to the bank. Put them there. You don't need to keep them in your home, because in the event that your home gets damaged, your photo albums might be one of the things that go with that. I would say to you is to make sure you button down all windows that is made of glass and door. So if I were you, I'd run to the hardware store and I would get some plywood or wood and cover all my windows, all my glass doors, to just make sure that anything don't smash in them. So that's another pro tip for you guys. Third pro tip is that you need to get sandbags, and you need to stock all those sandbags at the front and at the back at every entrance and exit, so water don't come rushing into your apartment or your home. Next pro tip that I have to give you guys, if you own a home or if you own an apartment or a condo, you want to invest in a generator. And I know this is not for everybody. This is just for the people who can afford to buy a generator right now. Invest in a generator. If electricity goes out, that will be your lifesaver. And especially you want to get one of those generators that are, like weather resistant. So if it gets wet, it won't break down or stop working. So you want to invest in a generator. You also want to make sure that you have enough gas. So if you have really high trees outside, you need to cut them right now, because the event is that you're going to have limbs breaking off and falling, and you don't want to damage your property and you don't want to damage anybody else's property. For at the end, your insurance or somebody else's insurance might be contacted and you'd have to spend extra money out your pockets. Make sure you fill up all your car with gas, just in the event that there's no massive flooding outside, but you still need to leave your house, because if something were to damage the roof and there's water coming in, your home is going to get flooded, and that's unfortunate, but these things do happen. So you want to make sure you have gas in the car so you can just pack your family up and be out of there as soon as possible. The number one pro tip I have for you when there's an hurricane, if you can relocate, if the government is telling you relocate, relocate. If the government is telling you to stock up on non-perishable items, stock up on non-perishable item. If the government is telling you that your family is not going to be safe there, your family is not going to be safe there. And no matter how much you love your home and no matter how much you love your property, guess what? Your family comes first. Your life comes first. So it's important for you to just pack up, relocate, until the storm passes, and then you can come back home to your beautiful property. And if it's damaged, guess what? You have a long, abundant life. You can just fix it. And this was just my contribution on a way I feel like I could give back. I don't have a lot of money or anything, but I do intend on donating to the Red Cross for those people who are going to be affected by this. So, yeah. That's one of the things I want to suggest to you guys too. If you can, go and help people. Go and help people who are really, really in need of the help, because trust me, it's not fun to lose your home. I've been there where my home was flooded and I had to sweep all that water and mud and stuff, and my furnitures were damaged, my photos were damaged, and it was just a sad thing. So, you know, people really need that help, and, you know, it's good to help them. You know, just help them. So until next time, guys, my name is Ken Marco. This is Marco's Lifestyle. Love you guys so much. Peace.